Hello, everyone. You have tuned in to another episode of The Verge Podcast. As always, the goal of The Verge Podcast is to keep you on the verge of intelligence and from the brink of ignorance when it comes to politics as it affects us all in America today. Today's a special episode. Why? Because it has now come out that Senator Rand Paul's attacker, one Rene Boucher, who happened to have been Rand Paul's neighbor, has pleaded guilty to felony assault on a member of Congress. As you will remember, Senator Rand Paul was attacked in his front yard before Thanksgiving last year. He suffered 6 broken ribs, pleural effusion on one of his lungs, bruised lung. It was life-threatening injuries, and he was in pain for a long time after the attack. Now, the liberals would love to tell you that they are the compassionate party, that they are the ones that are against victim shaming, that they are the ones that want peace in this world. Well, that is a complete load of crap. And I'm going to explain to you why. You see, ever since this story broke out last year, liberals have been heaping praise onto this Rene Boucher character. And what I'm going to do in this podcast is name names, or at least the names that they put themselves online on WKYT's website. And I'm going to name their name and I'm going to read their comments. And I'm going to let you be the judge of whether the liberals are really the party that protects victims, that are against victim shaming, and that are against violence. Now keep in mind, Senator Rand Paul, when attacked, was actually attacked for the second time in 2017. You see, he was also on that baseball field earlier in 2017 when a liberal Bernie Sanders sympathizer took a long rifle and went to that baseball field where they were practicing. The GOP caucus was practicing for their annual charity game and opened fire. Nearly killing and wounding one congressman. So this is now the second time that someone has attacked Senator Rand Paul. And the liberals are heaping praise on Rene Boucher. Let's get started with the comments. This Jeff Cox character said, so he had to go to Indiana to find a U.S. attorney to charge this guy in a Kentucky crime. Really wish Rand would stop acting like a pissant. Here's the thing. If you were attacked violently, would you want to find the best that's going to go after the harshest sentence? Of course you would. Nunya, Nunya, states, this guy will probably never have to buy cigarettes in lockup. He will be worshipped. So this person thinks that Rene Boucher will be worshipped because he attacked Senator Rand Paul. Some guy, 5555, yep, he went fishing for a prosecutor. This is petty nature on display. When are we going to fully recognize and rebuke these sick, liberal, violent sympathizers for their actions, for their violent actions, political action? And let's get something straight here. This was not over grass clippings or anything else to do with a lawn. This was politically motivated. Rene Boucher's social media pages, before they were taken down, was chock full of anti-Trump, pro-Antifa paraphernalia. This was a political attack on Senator Rand Paul. I'm serious. This is just pathetic. I can't understand why these people think it's a good idea to heap praise on this person that violently attacked a sitting U.S. senator. I don't understand it. This person says, I don't question his injuries. The guy's name is George Bonnet, Bonnett. I don't question his injuries. There is many ways to break your ribs. I have also busted a few. My whole point is he is milking it for the public. Lick your wounds and go on. I could understand his discomfort if he did manual labor. I don't see that happening in his line of work. His attitude projected isn't his best suit. Maybe he is good for the state or the nation. I don't know. Anyone who don't support the vets 100% isn't much, and that might be why I'm negative towards him. Really? You're going to be negative towards someone that was violently assaulted because you think that he doesn't support veterans 100%. His dad, former Congressman Ron Paul, was a veteran. Why on earth does anybody think that Senator Rand Paul doesn't support vets 100%? That is pure lunacy. Let's see. Let's find another one. Some guy 555 again. Quote, big government is bad. Quote, let me leverage my position as a congressman to get disproportionate conviction against my neighbor. End quote. This guy, Rene Boucher, faces 10 years and $250,000 fine for his actions. Okay? That sentence is the maximum. That isn't a disproportionate conviction. Okay? Rand Paul didn't make up the maximum sentence. That attorney that is trying this case didn't make up the maximum sentence. It's just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous how these liberals are somehow believing that it's okay to commit violence as long as it's against Republicans. Holler-rat. The conservatives think it's okay to be violent or desecrate others' property. I'm sorry, but there is nothing that can be taken from that has any relevance to supporting attacking someone physically. There isn't. And then he continues on to say the deplorables are the one that voted for Trader Don. Who did you vote for in response to me? He goes from talking about a story about Rand Paul to accusing conservatives of saying it's okay to desecrate others' property to then talking about voting for Donald Trump. I mean, let's see. What else can I find here on this WKYT story? Hollerad again said, how so he said that the Western District was responsible for the case, not that it could not be transferred. Guess you like a couple on here enjoy being wrong. You know, I mean, some guy 5555 sounds like the free market at work. Neighbor sounds like a tough guy. That Rand fella sounds kind of delicate. Don't worry, Rand. Big government will fight your battles for you. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is completely asinine to believe it is ever acceptable to heap praise on someone that violently attacked an innocent person, regardless of their status. I don't care if he was a senator or not. No one in their own yard deserves to be violently attacked from behind, mind you, from behind, and end up with broken ribs and pleural effusion and a bruised lung. And you know what? Senator Rand Paul still went back to work in the Senate. Still went back to work. Getting it done for Kentuckians. These liberals, they love Rene Boucher because he actually did something that they all wish they had the testosterone fortitude to do. And that was to act on their violent, mentally deranged tendencies. All you have to do is go onto any news story about this incident, and you will find a plethora of liberals praising Rene Boucher. Victim shaming. Talking about how, Rand Paul deserved it. Rand Paul's being a crybaby. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, this is pathetic. The liberal Democrats are absolutely, without a doubt, not the party that defends victims. They're not the party that defends peace. Quite the opposite. They are the fascist party. They promote violence against those that disagree with them. Punch a Nazi, they say. They promote Antifa, which burns and destroys public and private property for the sake of resisting President Donald Trump. They heap praise on Black Lives Matter when they destroy public and private property for so-called equality rights. For the fake hands up, don't shoot that didn't happen. This is them. This is who they are. It's time to drop the facade. It's time to stop pretending that they aren't against this, because they are the ones perpetrating it. They are the ones praising it. And the worst of it all is that they do so with no consequences whatsoever. Until next time, share this episode with your friends and family on social media. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, your choice. Until next time.